We're in Yuck City and something's screaming.
Find out where all the shrieking's coming from this week on Hapless Heroes.
Green something or other.
Green something or other.
Hello and welcome back to the Hapless Heroes podcast. My name is Dave and I will be your host and dungeon master for this evening. We'll start tonight's adventure, as we always do, by introing our cast. And tonight I feel like starting with the right. We've got Mike as Murph Eastlaw.
If something's going to go wrong, it might as well be because of me.
To his right we have Francesco as Felix Fizzlebottom.
I had a plan.
To his right, we have John as Lord Jarrell the Light.
You are all disgusting.
And to his right, we have Zach as Pregnart.
Hello.
And we're still without Phil for this recording evening. He'll be rejoining us very soon in the future. So just as the light recap, so you are in a room, 20 by 20 in the northwest of this, sewer sub-basement floor of the barracks.
Yeah, barracks cellar situation, yeah.
There's water coming up from the south, and then it exits to the east. There's a hole in the middle of the room where there was a grate. The grate has since been removed. Water goes down about 20 feet. And you know that because it's been clarified by Pregnart and his ability to change the properties of water. Bend water, was it?
Shape water.
Shape
water.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Which also includes color and opacity.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
And Hydrolo, the water elemental, has been summoned by Murph.
Yes.
And some shrieking was coming from the south at us.
That shrieking is coming from the south, and it's getting louder really quickly.
So I'm going to go ahead and put myself between the water elemental and the southern entrance to this room, so that I am behind. The water elemental is between essentially me and the.
Okay. Yes, you can be slightly north of there.
Yeah.
Jarrell braces himself with his sword and shield and looks down the hallway. Can I see anything?
And down the hallway, amidst the shrieking and the now growing louder sounds of clacking, there are 4 undead constructs barreling down the hall on their limbs and their claws.
So, let's just clarify what you mean by undead constructs.
Like a Frankenstein?
What the fuck do these
Or
things
a
look
skeleton.
Okay. They are bonework skeletons. You've seen something
Oh,
like
yeah.
it before.
Yeah, in the
Necromancy.
hotel.
Yes.
I knew it.
And these,
I knew it the whole time.
These seem to be slightly different in that the extra claws and appendages appear to have been added to what appeared were possibly people who were here,
Okay.
affected by the plague and driven insane and are still alive and feeling and have now had no anesthesia surgery to apply necromantic shit to them.
How far away are they?
They are about 60 feet away right now.
And in what formation are they?
Kind of a loose spread. Let's call it a box.
You said
Each
the
of
hallway
them
was
are
like 10
about
feet
10
wide.
feet away from each
Yeah.
Or, about 5 feet away from each other. Yeah.
That's good news.
Jarrell just lights up when he sees the undead and goes,
Yeah.
"Let's have at it!" And he charges at them.
All right. I'm assuming we're rolling initiative.
If we weren't before, we are now.
I'm gonna kill some undead. Oh,
That's cocked, but I think it's a 4.
All right. So 4 bonework skeletons. They are about 60 feet down the hall right now. They are approaching at whatever speed they feel like approaching
A
at.
good jaunt.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
All right. Pregnart.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna say this is my first serious outing, or the
since-
first one in a long time
yeah.
with a magical character.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go full tilt and cast Sunbeam.
Oh, yeah, baby.
All right. Tell us all about
Are
something.
any of them like in line? in
Oh.
my perspective.
Yes, and it's going to
Because
be.
I can cast a 60-foot long, 5-foot wide
They would all be in that.
radiant damage.
You will be able to catch all of them.
Yeah, it's a 60-foot line. Just
Yeah, but even 5 feet right down the middle of the hall only
Okay.
gives 2.5 feet to either side. So.
yep,
Okay, and I'm going to run in front of Jarrell so as
to cast it.
not to catch him in the beam.
Okay.
Smart idea,
And
Pregnart.
I'm going to cast that.
Okay. So they're all making con saves
Against a 17.
against a 17. Okay, that's good to know. So we've got a fail, a fail.
Oh, and sorry, undead and oozes have disadvantage on this save.
All right, 2 saves, 2 fails.
Okay, so this is a 60-foot long, 5-foot wide sunbeam. I'm literally casting sunlight at
That's
these things.
awesome.
It's like when you like focus the magnifying glass, you know what I mean, like with the sun in between it,
Yeah.
just like this
Yeah.
sun laser.
Oh.
So yeah, so 2 of them pass, 2 of them fail.
Yes.
So 2 of them will be blinded until their next
2
turn.
failures will be blinded.
And let me roll the 6d8.
6d8. Let's loan this man some d8s.
6d8 radiant damage.
Ooh.
Oh wow, that's a lot of 8s.
Yeah, 37 radiant damage to the ones who fail, and they are also blinded. And half 37 is 18.
Yeah.
18 and a half. Do we round down
You
for
round
that?
down.
And what was it? If the spell duration is 1 minute, and I can recast that
Yeah, without spending a spell slot, you can
Right.
just shoot out another 60-foot long
if
beam
my
of sunlight.
concentration is not broken.
Right. As an action on each of your turns.
Do they start their turn in that?
No, he has to like. I mean, like, it was just one beam, but he's kind of
Okay.
like maintaining sort of his concentration on like being able to like shoot out another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like Last Jedi.
Yeah.
I'm imagining like Pregnart as the whatever cannon that they use in Last Jedi.
The Pregnard cannon.
Yeah.
Pregnart cannon.
That's right. I love it.
The beam is no. I'm gonna make it come from my mouth.
That's so good.
Yes.
Boom.
Yeah. Oh my god, I could just the mental image I have now is
He's got a wide
incredible.
mouth.
Yeah, it's incredible. I love it. Also, strong fucking work, Pregnart.
Yeah, are they still standing?
Let's just go.
Oh yeah, they're still standing and charging.
Yeah, I'm gonna just like you're gonna hear Felix just quickly shout like, "Yeah, buddy!"
Yep. So there's the end of Pregnart's turn. And we move on to the enemies who charge ahead 40 feet. And that's all they've got this turn.
Okay.
Oh, so they couldn't even make it to us.
No. Well, they could make it right up into your grill and not do anything.
I see.
So,
So they're still at range.
yeah. So we're
Okay.
going to leave it at range.
Okay.
At 20 feet away from you now.
Sounds good.
All right. Murph.
Okay. While he's concentrating on Hydrolo and making sure he stays control of Hydrolo, he takes his right hand and in it he has a glass cone that he shatters and says, "Fro." And
Gives
a
them all a
glass of cold air erupts from my hands. And every creature in a 60-foot cone must make a Constitution saving throw.
And none of us are in this cone, right?
Well, they're in range, right?
But none of us
So it's
are
coming from me.
in front of you.
Yeah, but are they in front of you? Is like what he's asking. Also, or did you
Yeah,
move?
Did you
ahead of
guys
them?
move?
Yeah, they moved ahead in the room.
He did. I was in the front.
We're just making sure that you're not putting them in between this cone of cold.
I didn't hear anybody particularly move in front of me. So
he
I feel
moved,
like since
he
we're
moved in front of me
sure,
particularly.
but I mean it's a 30-foot cone, so it's
Uh-huh.
not going to immediately hit you guys if you're to my left and right.
Just making sure you don't hit us with the
So
cold
you
cone.
can position yourself to get us out of range before you cast this.
Yes.
As long as you're not standing basically directly in front of me.
Can you not shoot
You
it
shouldn't be
standing
affected.
directly
I mean, I can
behind
see
us?
how he can literally just. but I can see how he can literally just step up and just
Right.
put the edge of
Yeah.
the cone.
Like, I don't even know
Yes.
if
I mean,
it's
this is-
worth saying 5 feet.
This
but-
is your turn, so you can move
Sure.
to get
No, I
us out of
know.
range.
Yeah.
I understand, but I don't think anyone's actually moved in range.
Okay.
Is
We're
my point.
just making sure.
So I I take a 5-step leap forward. Oh God, that was so gay.
That was
So-
also
Yeah.
more importantly.
one
That was
saw
so
it.
It was
Quinn.
it was a ballet leap.
It was so Quinn.
Yeah.
Fuck
That's the
it.
problem.
Is Murph prancing?
Murph is a Quinn and Hoka
Well,
fanboy.
okay, so he kind of just like waddles up in front of the rest of the group because he's tiny. He kind of like gets in between everybody and just kind of, and then he shoots off the cone of cold. So every creature must make a Constitution saving throw.
All
All right.
four.
So all four are making their con throws. So two of them, and they've sort of jumbled up a little bit, so you can't tell which one, took the full brunt of the last one versus this one. But two of them do take the ice just right to the chest and are hit pretty solidly. The other two are sort of at the outsides of the hallway there. They're actually racing along the walls and kind of miss the worst of it.
Cool. So 35 for the ones that take the most.
Okay.
What would that be? 17 then?
So
For the other two?
35. Yeah, 17.
And that's cold damage.
Yeah, blast of cold air and icicles and whatever shards of shit that are just flying out from there. I also can I take a moment to appreciate, Mike, that anytime you play a spellcaster, you completely forgo even having an arcane focus and actually just use components. Like I don't really hear anyone usually doing that. It's like playing with the actual components
Sure.
because most people because you can like the rules say that you can actually just use an arcane focus and forego material components that don't cost any gold. But he's choosing.
I'm
to
an old
just
school
Still
player.
describe
I'm an
all
old
of the
school player.
components that are. So he doesn't have an arcane focus. He has a pouch of components he just carries around with him to cast all these spells.
So when I learned how to play, you read the components like kind of out loud as part of the role play.
That's beautiful.
So it's
like it.
and it's very rare that I play a spellcaster, so it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
I just don't know the spells.
By
as
very
well as I
rare, you
should.
mean that every character you played on the show is a spellcaster, right? And even in our
Well,
previous campaign,
true.
was a spell-
Yeah, I mean Quinn does like low level like
I'm just
whatever's.
just
I mean, it's not like shit I'm doing right now.
Sure.
This is fun.
yeah.
Okay, so one of the ones that takes the full brunt is disintegrated by the ice.
Yeah, baby.
Oh wow.
So there are three more barreling down the hallway. One appears to still be blind, while the other blind one was destroyed.
Okay.
And then there are two others.
Okay.
So 3 coming down the hall, one's blind, 2 are not.
Is that it, Murph?
He has his own.
Yeah, but you
And-
still
oh,
issue a
fair.
command to it. It says it doesn't require an action.
I always
so-
thought I would just do it like when he was going, but that's fine. Hydrolo attack. That was Hydrolo attack. There.
Never mind.
enough.
Attack what?
No, well, he's not hostile toward us.
Not
if I
yet.
have control of him.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I
Okay.
mean,
Okay. Okay.
Fair enough.
He
You
knows.
have to
He
break
knows
concentration
what.
for it to attack
Sure.
us.
He
I'm just
knows
saying
what you want.
did not specify.
Sure.
Okay.
It
All
would.
right.
I can
And we'll find out how Hydrolo attacks in 2 turns.
But right now, Felix.
Cool. So one's dead. That's great. That's fantastic news. I'm a real big fan of the fact that it's dead. I would like to hex. Why don't we say the third one, the one that's not blinded and did not take the full brunt of anything? So we'll just say zombie number 3. One's dead. 2, 3, 4 are alive. That's kind of
Okay,
how I'm
yeah.
looking at it, right? So I'm gonna look at one of them. I'm gonna hex him. I'm gonna give him. I'm trying to think of. Just offhand, thinking of spells here, I'm going to give it the Constitution Hex. So that it is disadvantage on all Constitution saving throws.
All right.
And that's a bonus action. And then as an action, I'm going to fire 3 fucking Eldritch Blasts. One at each of them.
Pop. So
Does he have
these.
advantage against the blinded one?
Yes, attacks against do have advantage.
That was a little better. Okay, well, it's okay. I have, was it plus 11 to all those? So, nat 20, 22, and 19.
All right. 20, 22, 19. Yes, all of those are going to.
You could roll a 3.
Yeah, baby. Okay, so against the number 1, let's do the nat 20.
All right.
I'm sorry, number 2. Right, the one that it's not hexed, but it's damaged.
Okay, sure.
closest to dead.
That's kind of what I'm aiming at, the one that took the full brunt of the sunbeam.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, the full brunt of the cone of cold and sunbeam, like combination.
The blind
of
one? Yeah.
The blind one. Okay, yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, not the blind one.
Not the blind one.
The one that took both is dead.
Yeah, the blind one is not what I got the crit against, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's do that at 4, I guess. This one's gonna take, so that's max damage is 10 plus 17 on the crit
17 on the crit against
against, we'll say, number 4.
number 4. Okay.
Okay.
That kills. So
Oh
hang
shit!
on to that.
Okay. Against the hexed one, that was just a 22
Okay.
that hits, and that's gonna be 9 force damage. And then again, since it's hexed, it also takes 6 necrotic damage. Wait, what level did I cast it at? 5th hex. Nope, yeah, it's still 1d6. It just lasts for 24 hours. Okay, and
Then the blinded one is still left.
blinded one takes. Ooh, yeah, baby. 14 force damage.
Okay.
So just like
It is
you see me,
severely damaged.
right? I point 3 fingers out, and out of each finger, a different blast kind of just snakes out and hits each one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a little extra on the hexed one. And then I'm going to tell Slim Shady to assist, give help to Jarrell. Specifically, she's going to sort of float around and try to distract so that you have advantage on your next attack.
All right.
Okay. Good.
you.
So that covers both you and Jarrell. Now it's Waterulo, whatever his name is.
Hydrolo.
Sure, him too.
So Hydrolo is going to attempt to slam. So he kind of like builds himself up, almost like a wave, and tries to slam down onto the 2 remaining. Right?
Yeah.
There's 2.
One's hexed and one's.
So he
Just
has
regular, I guess.
16.
16. Okay, yeah, 16 hits.
But yeah, okay. So I'll hit the one that's not hexed.
Okay, so the blinded one.
Yes.
Oh, so you have advantage on that again for hitting the blinded one.
Roll. I mean, go for the crit. Okay.
Then it's 2d8. 7.
Describe how you kill it.
Hooray!
I was about to describe like a really puny wave that just like knocks him over. But that's how I'm going to describe it. So he attempts to build himself up, but as he kind of splashes down, he kind of makes one of those like awkward like mini waves that you see like from like the Atlantic Ocean's like big waves.
Yeah,
And you get those
like a
little
crest.
Yeah, and it just kind of pushes you over sometimes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
And it was enough because that one was.
Yeah, it was more the
sufficiently damaged.
undertow that kind of just
Yeah.
like pulled him out from under. And then he just kind of like he crashes down onto the water.
And all the body parts fall
And all
off of
the,
it.
yeah, and it's just like it's too much for him.
All right. So anything else on his turn?
Nope.
Jarrell.
Just absolutely beaming. Glad that there's still one left after everybody got their turn. The Sword of Justice just glows super bright as he approaches the one
Yes, it
remaining
does.
undead. So the first attack with just this blinding aura coming off of the Sword of Justice is a 29.
Yikes.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, that's a thing.
Should I do damage for the first attack first?
Yes.
Might as well.
All right.
Yeah, this one
Are you
has
doing
some
anything to this
HP
attack?
left on.
Oh, it's a Divine Smite for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. For the first one, I'm just leaving it at Divine Smite. It starts off with 13 slashing damage,
All right.
along with 49 damage.
Okay, so you know what to do.
The sword just comes down. It hits with such force that, like, because it's a conglomeration of all these different body parts, they literally, like, each part that was sewn together separates in its own way. So, like, if there was, like, half of a leg with, like, somebody else's ankle, like, it's all completely separate.
You completely disassemble this one
it goes all
bonework
over it.
skeleton
And it goes all over
in
it.
one fell swoop.
Yeah.
I think it's more like I can just imagine like just this one slash he manages to literally just like accurately and like surgically sever every single part.
Hits it so hard it has critical existence failure and just falls apart.
Exactly.
All right, combat has finished.
Well, that was fun. Make sure we tell Hob that I killed all of them, Felix. He loves that.
We all played our part.
Oh, yeah, no fun.
Yeah, like you can tell him yourself.
Oh, I will.
Yeah, I'll
Pregnart closes his mouth and ends the sunbeam.
Oh, yeah, you should probably do that because you're next.
Pregnart is just like this miraculous creature
Right.
like that.
He's been just like almost motionless his entire time. He's like just standing there with his mouth agape. This beam of light shooting out of
he's
it.
still inside of his helmet, too, so you wouldn't even be able to tell that his mouth was... It would just be a giant aura that came
Oh,
out
wow,
from
yeah.
his face hole.
I didn't
Yeah.
even think about that.
Oh, so if it's a dome over it and with the Magoogle head, it would have to be
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a glass dome.
Yeah.
For
Magoogle.
the duration of that, you just looked like a lighthouse with arms.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Pregnant. I'm not gonna lie, man. Like that
With
was
my arms wide open.
that was pretty sick. Did you just make a Creed joke?
Yeah. I did.
Man, get out.
Terrible.
No.
Pregnart, his arms wide.
His mouth
man.
open.
Yeah.
Did you just make a Darmok and Jalad reference?
Yes. Because Jamie has been watching tons of Next Generation
Oh,
lately.
God. That was the episode that was the premiere of the Picard jacket.
Oh man.
His adventure jacket.
So speaking of fantasy things, is the coast clear now?
For now.
For now is good enough. Hey, do you want to send Hydrolo down the hole and see what's down there? Since that's what we were trying to do to begin with, if we were assaulted by those shrieking things.
He just immediately turns around. Hydrolo, dive into the hole.
Hydrolo dives into the hole. The hole goes down 20 feet. It's still about 3 feet in diameter the whole way down, like a straight cylinder down. And that opens up into I guess a filled sewer pipe just full of A, water, and B, nastiness.
Poop.
All kinds of things, whatever's really in the sewer. And it runs east and west for as far as you can see in either direction. How much water does shape water actually
5
affect?
cubic feet.
Well, it's like, yeah, it's 5 cubic feet at a time, but it's a cantrip, so.
Okay, so you were able to blast successive ones down the hole to
Yeah.
clear up everything down the hole.
Enough, but I mean, like, yeah,
Range of 30 feet.
yeah, and it can only you can only have 2 simultaneous effects at the same time.
Right.
It was enough that Hydrolo can see to the bottom, and then it goes east and west, but not much past that.
Okay, that's enough information I needed. I wasn't sure if there was anything else down here. If this doesn't really doesn't really seem to be a good traversable situation down here, so
Yeah.
like we'll leave it be for now.
Would it be smart to try to investigate the source of those stampeding bonework guys?
Yes.
Is this Pregnart's plan?
Would it be wise to investigate the source of the bonework, guys?
He's begging for your job, Felix.
Honestly, I mean, after watching that brilliant light show that he just did, I mean, I'm totally willing to go along with that. That's exactly what I was going to suggest. Excellent job, Pregnart. Let's go.
He's winning the day. The great soup. That fashionable outfit.
Honestly, I mean, I really don't know how we live without him. Where did you even? We should. Well, oh yeah, I remember where you came from. I'm
glad one of us knows.
And now Felix is starting to recall him being trapped inside of a gem and Pregnart shaking it and.
I didn't shake.
Cuddling it?
I coddled it like it was my own.
Like I was having a horrible time in there.
I sang it a lullaby too.
To be fair, he
Magoogle
was
lullaby.
loving the whole time, and I appreciate that about Pregnart. So
in
yeah.
retrospect,
Yeah, in
not at the
retrospect.
time.
No, at the
You
time
were in
I was
living hell.
at that time I couldn't see anything beyond my own situation.
No, understood.
Yeah.
Like understandable.
Yeah, but looking
Being
back,
trapped in the eye of Ganthra. What was it called?
Garthax.
Garthax.
Yeah, Garthax.
Black Diamond and Garthax.
Black Diamond and Garthax. It's probably uncomfortable.
It was incredibly uncomfortable. It was
Not nice.
unsettling and terrifying. But yes,
Especially
You're
one of
having
my
flashbacks
goggles.
right
just
now.
a little bit. But yes, Pregnart, let's do that. Let's do it together.
All right.
All right.
Never mind. I'll save it for later.
Jarrell will go first down the hallway, I suppose.
Okay.
Because we established. Hold on. I just wanted. I mean, I'm asking for a friend. We established that McGoggles are short, right? He's like 3 or 4 feet
Yes.
tall
Yeah,
or
I'm
something
like
like
3.5
that.
feet tall or something.
Okay. That's it. Just needed that information for no reason at all.
Felix like short people.
So we go down the hallway.
Now, you go down the hallway. The hallway goes south for 70 feet before it encounters another room just like the one you left,
Before we leave, I say, Hydrolo, follow.
and Hydrolo follows.
Right. Yeah. You have to
Just
do
wanna
so.
make sure.
Yeah.
Another 20 by 20 room with grates in the middle of the floor, also to the west and to the south, and another path goes, another 10-foot wide corridor rather, goes off to the east.
Do you want to go off to the east?
Passive perception for everybody.
Passive.
Oh, passive perception.
10.
Right.
9.
Ooh,
Anything beating a 12.
no.
Slim has 13.
Slim is a 13. It's possible that Slim might be able to hear some more shrieking in the distance.
And you know this because Felix immediately knows that.
Well, yeah. Like we talk like mentally,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
like
You're both pretty
telepathically.
mental.
Yeah.
Got it.
Slim is a very good familiar.
Very great familiar. One of the best, in fact.
Quite
actually,
familiar to us.
Where's the water coming from?
The water is coming from the east. So it's coming in from the east and going out to the north.
And nothing to the west as far as water is concerned. Is there even like a way for it to flow to the west, or no?
It could go to the west out of this room.
But
There are
something-
grates there, but it's going
It's
to the
being
north.
it's being diverted to the north.
Yeah, so it goes west, then north, and then back east across that hallway
Yep.
that you
That's.
were in.
I just checking. I'm kind of just following the water flow, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Slim's going 50 feet ahead east.
50 feet ahead east. Well, that is about 50 feet of hallway there.
Yeah.
About
And I'm looking through her
about
eyes.
30 feet off to the left.
Mm-hmm.
On the left side, there's a door. Looks like another plain wooden door like the last one you'd come in. And then, but it continues that 50 feet of hallway and a 20 by 20 room at the end.
Yeah. Anything special about that room?
About that room, there's a grate, and the flow is coming in from the north.
And there's a hallway to the north.
Yes, the hallway goes out to the north. Starting to see a predictable pattern.
Yep. But it's flowing in a circle right now.
It is.
So that's something.
Like around something.
Right. But it's got to be coming from somewhere.
Yeah.
No crazy creatures in this room.
No, there are no crazy creatures in the room or the hallway going out to the north.
What about the one going to the east?
That's just a door, he said.
Yeah,
That's
there's
door?
the door, which is north out of that east-west hallway on the south.
right. This is like when I got here. So like we're here. We're looking down this hallway. That's where she's flying down. Okay. Okay. Why don't we, now if I put Slim against the door, like if she just kind of floats over and it's just kind of like hovering there, you know, by that door in the hallway. Do I hear anything? Does she hear anything? Like inside the door?
She would need to make a perception check.
She could do that. 13.
A 13 doesn't hear anything.
Okay. A 13 doesn't hear anything. What would hear something, Dave?
Well, that's a great question, and one that you're not getting the answer to.
Damn it.
You fucking know better.
Just trying to catch you off guard. Just trying to see if you're paying attention.
The fuck? You forget who the fuck I am.
I didn't forget.
Like, this is the only sphere in my life where I could ever say anything even close to that either.
So which ways can we get out of this room? We came
Okay,
in
so
from the north.
you are in which room?
We're at the T, sort of going that like we can
Yeah.
either go east or west, and east is like heading towards the other drain room with the door
Yes.
in the hallway, and
so
west
you
is
are
going-
outside of the door.
No, I'd say we're still in that T intersection. I'm also
Wait,
gonna.
which T intersection?
You said this hallway
second
goes
one.
east to west. right? Oh, you just
No.
mean like it doesn't.
No, there's a 20-foot room in each of the corners, and it goes in sort of a box shape.
Okay, so there's actually no like when we reach the end of where we came in from, like the end of that northern like northwest corner
Yeah.
area. When we headed south, there's
Yeah.
no passageway going west out of that room. Okay,
No, it only goes to the east, but there's that 20 by 20 room.
Yeah, let's head to the east, I guess.
got it. Okay,
So you head to the east, and
fixed my-
along the north wall, about 30 feet in, is a wooden door
right.
that Slim Shady could not hear anything through.
Okay,
And then, but the entire hallway is about 50 feet long and ends in a 20 by 20 room.
yeah, let's
With a corridor going out to the north.
right. Let's go into that little door.
Has the screeching all stopped? Like that was.
No.
Oh,
The
okay.
screeching is still going on.
Okay.
Now that you've been
I mean-
alerted to it,
I mean the singing.
yes. I mean, semantics, really. That the
Well,
song.
I'm like thinking as Pregnard,
Right.
so
One creature's screeching is another creature's singing.
yes.
Yeah. As they
And the
say.
song carries on. You can't tell what direction it's from, though.
But it's definitely not coming from the door that I am now walking up to.
No, it is not.
That's cool.
it's coming from inside the house.
Yes.
We
I
do
would
know
like
that.
to mage hand the door open from a safe distance.
Oh.
This door is able to be mage-handed open.
That's great. I like it when doors are able to be
Yes.
opened.
There's a narrow hallway going north from this door. It is about 7 or 8 feet high, a little arched at the top. It's 5 feet wide and 15 feet long, and ends in a steel door at the end of the hallway.
I like steel doors.
Are you going ahead of Jarrell?
I mean, no, I'm just letting you guys know what I see.
All right. Jarrell, he barely fits in this hallway. Will walk up to the steel door and like, kind of just like try to listen for a second. So I'll do a perception for Jarrell.
Oh yeah, good. A good old Jarrell perception check.
8.
All right, so you don't perceive anything.
Yep.
No. I mean, I'm gonna follow Jarrell up there though.
Okay.
I feel good about this iron door.
All right.
It breaks from the pattern.
Yes.
Are you ready to breach?
Well, where are the rest of our compatriots?
Where are the rest of the compatriots?
Before I make that decision, I would like to
Jarrell
know
was definitely going
very much
ahead
where they
of
are.
Pregnard.
Yeah, I mean Murph is pretty
taking up the
adamantly
rear.
following.
Yeah.
With Hydrolo right behind.
Okay, so Hydro is taking up the rear.
All right. And
Taking it.
Taking up the rear.
Got it.
Pregnant, where are you in the
Yes.
middle of this group?
I would say probably just close to Jarrell,
Okay, so
since he
up-
is my
yeah, kind
protector.
of. I guess you'd be number 2 or 3 in the line with
Yep.
Jarrell
Yeah.
up front and Felix up there with you guys.
Yeah.
Then Murph and Hydrolo back filling it out.
All right.
Why did Micah wince at when I said Jarrell was my protector? Mike was like,
When I don't know.
Because he's
Odd
half Quinn
There's an
now.
odd relationship developing between the two of you
Oh, boy.
that I don't know if I appreciate.
Wow.
I feel like Pregnard kind of is used to and in some way needs sort of like a daddy
protector.
character.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the word daddy.
I'm definitely feeling this is a twink Pregnart. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
or
that's
just,
accurate.
Oh, well, there we go.
Pregnard makes Jarrell delicious food. He's not
But
letting
also Pregnard,
anything.
I'm pretty sure Pregnard
Yeah,
is
just
pretty
delicious
asexual.
food.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, we also established everybody loves Pregnart,
Yeah.
and
Do we want to establish how
No.
Pregnard reproduces here, or should we leave this up?
let's let it come up naturally in conversation.
We'll leave that as headcanon for the audience.
Yeah.
Wait and find out.
Yeah.
So as Murph is walking through the hall, he asks Pregnart.
No. When Jarrell is 20
No.
feet from the door, I'm going to use Mage Hand to attempt to pull the door open.
Nothing happens.
I am now going to attempt to push it.
Are you pushing past Jarrell?
No, I'm using Mage Hand.
Oh,
You're,
Mage
you're
Hand?
20
Okay,
feet from
okay,
the door.
Sure.
Nothing continues to happen.
Okay, this door is a little bit too strong for my Mage Hand. And I say goodbye to the hamburger helper hand. It waves back at me and then it disappears.
As my good friend Zero would say, breaching mode. And Jarrell will run and try to just
Shield bash the door.
push, yeah, like he did with the hotel, I guess.
Fantastic. Let's make that a strength check.
All right.
I mean, we could have tried to exhaust other options before you just went Bruce Force into this fucking door, Jarrell.
It's just a 10.
It's a 10. You bounce off the door and fall on your ass.
This is,
Yeah.
yeah.
How'd they work out for you, Jarrell?
With a loud clang.
Damn, I should have tried my inspiration there before I. Can I use my inspiration now to get up off my ass and try it again?
I like that. Yeah. If
Okay.
we're gonna retroactively
So-
apply inspiration, sure.
Jarrell's embarrassed that Felix saw him fall on his ass. Didn't care about anybody else, and it's a 9.
You really should try rolling inside of
Yeah,
the
probably.
tray. Yeah.
Probably wasted. Falls on his ass again.
Oh, Terrell. Is there a keyhole?
Yes, there is.
Pregnant. I have an idea. So, you might even call it a plan. Murph, I saw you make a face. So I have this canteen of water here. Because there's water everywhere.
I see through your game, you rogue.
And I say
What,
that...
what? I didn't understand that at all. What did you say?
He knows what he's doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why he said it.
Yeah. How about if I pour some water into the locking mechanism of this door and then
Oh, yeah.
you freeze it?
Mm-hmm.
If we can then smash it, and maybe that'll work. 'Cause I don't know how to pick a lock. Does
Yeah.
anyone here know how to pick locks? Anyone?
Not my specialty, and you
Anyone?
know that.
Okay, cool. Does this sound like a good idea to you, Pregnant? Do you
Sounds like
think
an
that
excellent-
you can?
That sounds like a good idea.
I knew you would. I knew when we started connecting before that this was going to be a good,
we
good
have
partnership.
connection. We
Yeah.
are family.
I just love how joyful he is. Like, he really is bringing up the vibe of this dreary, awful dungeon.
Yes,
that
it
we're
is,
in.
because this is an awful place with
Yeah.
awful things
It
happening.
makes
Right.
sense that he should emit a 60-foot long, 5-foot wide sunbeam from his mouth.
Right.
Yes.
Because of how bright he is.
Yeah.
You're the brightest star in the sky.
And because his
Pregnant.
spellcasting ability is charisma.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's true,
the,
actually.
The people. Oh,
Cha, cha, cha.
that's actually a good thing to know anyway.
Okay.
So that you are going to make a check with your ice against this lock.
Okay.
But I figured instead of it being strength, it should be your spellcasting ability. So make it a charisma, I guess, with saving throw bonuses if you have them.
Okay. Do I
against
need
the
to
lock.
use a specific cantrip?
No,
I
it's
mean-
shape water.
Yeah.
You're freezing the water.
Yeah. There's like Ray of Frost. There's Shape Water.
Yeah,
There's
shape
Yeah.
water will do the
Frost.
job.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Let's see how hard you're able to oomph it with your charisma.
Just a charisma roll.
Charisma
Yeah.
check.
Charisma check. Hold. Is there a difference?
Just-
Okay.
Does he have proficiency on it? Because that's really how we determine it.
Yeah. Do you have proficiency to your saving throws with charisma?
Yes.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
Roll that.
Okay. So like the full. So the saving
Plus
throw.
whatever, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Great. So that's with plus 9.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And that is a 28.
The lock shatters.
Yes.
I did it.
You really are the best.
Since
I helped. I got the door open with the help.
we're both wearing hazmat suits still, so I'm going to go ahead and
Yes.
high five him.
I nuzzle your hand.
That's fucking adorable. I reciprocate the appropriate, I kind of just pet your head gently.
Pet the helmet.
Does
helmet.
Pet the helmet gently.
does Jarrell still see how gross they are?
They are still absolutely
Covered
swarming in it.
in
You are
this-
just about at the end of your 10 minutes, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay, cool.
Like, it would be cute if you weren't covered in like E. coli.
Whatever. Jerome, would you maybe mind being the first person to actually
Control I.
open the door now?
Yeah, Jarrell now kicks the door open because he's mad at it.
Okay. In the middle of this 20 by 20 room, which you have entered from the southwest of the room,
Uh-huh.
dead center is a cauldron about 5 feet across. It sits about 5 feet high. It is burbling and boiling with some sort of green something or other.
Green something or other.
That's amazing. Casting these pallid green shadows on the wall all across
Green
the
shadows?
Pallid green shadows all over the wall.
There appears to be some sort of pillar or statue standing behind the cauldron.
Pillar or statue?
It's not green.
I know.
He didn't say it was green
I
yet.
know.
Is it green?
Well, it's
I
illuminated with a
appreciated
sickly
it.
green light.
Sickly green light.
See, you guys. I'm happy that everyone here gets it. James, since I know you're listening to this,
He refuses to get it.
yeah,
He is consciously ignorant of getting it
He's a conscientious objector.
to getting it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yes. So that's what's in this room is this cauldron.
Is there anyone in this room?
It's tough to tell. I mean, there's that statue of something.
It's a statue of something.
It's tough. You can't really see it because of all the kind of smoky, hazy nastiness coming out of this cauldron.
I see.
But it's either pillar or very, very tall humanoid shaped.
I'm
And
gonna.
it is not currently moving.
I mean, I'm still gonna obviously vote for a very tall humanoid shape because I'm paranoid as fuck at this point.
so
Pragnart picks up on that and casts Mage Armor.
okay.
It's no mirror image, but it'll do.
Yeah.
He is also paranoid.
Jarrell will do a religion check first.
Okay, so the first thing your religion check
Nat
tells
20.
you is profane, profane, profane.
Okay.
This is the opposite of holiness in all of its allness.
With a natural 20, do I recognize what it is? Or anything even close to what it might be?
This is part of a larger ritual.
in my divine sense.
Oh yeah.
Yes. In
Because now,
that-
I mean, rolling a nat 20 on a religion check, realizing what this is, divine sense immediately.
Okay, so some things you can notice.
Mm-hmm.
First, that cauldron is part of a much larger ritual that is fueling this thing.
Desecration.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a capital B big one too.
Yeah.
You can sense two kind of connections coming from this, sort of like spiritual or magical connections, and they are both heading off in a southeasterly direction. One a little more south, one a little more east
Okay.
of southeast.
Does my divine sense tell me if there's a creature?
Yes, it does.
Sure does. So what is the
And
creature?
It is
Undead, aberration, fiend.
large undead.
Okay, it's undead.
And
Jarrell is literally staring at it.
it
like,
is now emitting a low growling noise.
Low growling.
Jarrell looks at Felix. You ready to do it again, old man?
I'm old. I'm little. Like he never
Yes,
really
you are old and you are little. Are you
Doesn't-
ready for this?
doesn't ever use any terms of endearment. You know what? Can I polymorph? I'm gonna polymorph into a Magogol.
So you want to polymorph into a Magoogle.
Yeah, I want to look like Pragnar, but maybe just change my skin tone to like something slightly more blue.
Okay, so you want to be Blue Pregnart.
Yes, Blue Nart.
Like if you picked the same character, you have to pick
Player two.
Right, like it's a different
Yeah.
color.
And I'm just gonna look at him and be like, "Who's old now?" Obviously, I don't have the moss beard because that's actually not like real. You know what I mean? Like it's like a fake thing. So I just look like a frog person now.
That's
Jarrell's-
real moss. What are you talking about?
Jarrell's going to put his hand out in front of Felix and go, "You're still little, you're still old, but you're much more adorable."
That's what I was going for. I'll take it.
And he can barely see you through
Yeah.
the outfit that you're wearing, too.
Anyone with a passive perception of 12 or higher can definitely sense a low rumbling coming from the
So just Slim? Just
Yeah,
Slim notices
Slim's
that?
like little
yeah
dragon ears.
like it's
perk
starting
up.
to go somewhere between a growl and two large rocks grinding together.
And the shrieking is still present.
You can't hear it from here.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. We got one problem only. it seems like.
Jarrell turns to Felix. Well, what are we going to do? It seems like we found the root of all this.
You mean the root of all evil?
No.
No, I didn't think so.
Just the root of the current evil.
Yeah, that's great. I say that we obviously find a way to stop whatever ritual this is, and well, that's about it. Yeah.
Well, my divine sense is telling me to kill that giant thing. Should we kill that giant thing?
I think that's a good place to start.
All right.
Anyone with a passive perception over 10 can now hear and feel the rumbling coming from it.
Jarrell already knows it's a giant undead creature. He was just laughing at Felix for a time before he decides to kill this thing.
Can I give it the conhex?
We're not in initiative.
That is the action that you would be taking towards it.
I mean,
Well, do you know? Did you? Okay,
His
so
divine
Slim
sense-
Shady perceived it, so
Yeah.
you can, right?
and
Between
his
Slim Shady
and
and
Jarrell's
me.
divine sense is telling us this is a bad creature.
Right.
This is bad. It's a bad thing. It's a
Right.
bad thing. We don't like
Understood.
it.
Bank it.
And now all of us can hear it growling.
Nope. Still can't.
Really?
You can't with a 10?
He's got a
You're
9.
less
His passive
perceptive than
perception is a 9.
Jarrell. Oh my god.
He's just along for the ride.
Yeah.
Remember, he's also wearing a ridiculous thing that affects everything about him, and he
Yeah.
still hasn't figured it out yet.
Right.
I'm weighing my options here, and that big ass thing that's growling at us is in the way of us stopping a ritual, it seems like.
It might even be doing the ritual.
That is also possible. So I would like to hex it.
Do it.
Okay.
Yes.
A hex on yourself and your creator, you
Okay.
evil thing.
You have issued the conhex, and in doing so, have taken an action against it. And on the next episode, we'll roll for initiative.
Oh, you son of a
Oh
bitch.
shit.
Okay.
All right, so if you like us, maybe as people, maybe as artists, maybe you just like the thing that we're doing, we can be found on the internet. We're in such places as Twitter, @HaplessHeroes. We're on Instagram, also @HaplessHeroes. We're on Reddit /r/HaplessHeroes podcast, and we can also be found on Facebook under Hapless Heroes Podcast. All of those things. One, they'll bring you interesting content from time to time, like apparently a video of me getting really excited over garden variety leprosy. But also those things will point you toward the crown jewel of our internet presence, our Discord server, where you can interact with any of us, the DMs, the cast, even the occasional guest artists,
Guest voices.
guest voices. Yeah, there's a better word. Than I
Guest
had.
people.
Yes. Our guests. You can interact with them on a daily basis too. We're all there. We've got channels for just about anything you'd want to talk about, whether it's our podcast, D&D in general, other games, our cats, whatever. Now, if you really like us, you can leave us a 5-star review on the podcast service of your choice. We're on Apple iTunes, we're on Stitcher, we're on Podbean, we are on Spotify, and we are even on Google Play podcasts. Yeah, Google Play podcasts.
Yeah.
Any of those places that will allow you to leave a review, please do so. It's huge for us. Even if for nothing else than huge feedback, because we like to hear that from our audience. Now, if you really, really like us, you could donate to our Patreon.
Yeah, it's patreon.com/HaplessHeroes. We have a lot of fun rewards, a lot of things. We keep adding stuff to it as we have more things to give you. I'm also working on potentially even making t-shirts.
With the tasteful nudes on them?
I think it might even just be separate from Patreon altogether. Who knows? I mean, I'll probably put information on Twitter, Discord, like all those places. But we also have like Hoblet's Notebook. We have behind the scenes audio. We have bloopers. We have like all of these amazing, awesome things for you as a reward to you for giving, giving us your hard-earned money. I'm thrilled and flattered that you think that we deserve it.
The bloopers are really funny.
They are pretty good.
Yes.
And if you like us, right now you like us, Sallyfield and the whole deal, please write a medieval set period novel mystery in which a cybernetic hybrid alien panther witch has to solve the mystery of a serial killer who is decimating a population of rainbow elves, and dedicated to us. Hapless Heroes Podcast.
I couldn't even navigate that sentence in my head from beginning to
You know
end.
who will end up having to do that though? Reinhawk.
Ryan.
It's still one of the more legal things you can do.
It's 100% legal. You're writing a novel.
But the last one
Very
was
ethical. Very
filling a mannequin with, so like there are less
That's
legal.
legal in some states.
Not here.
Well, everything's legal as long as you don't get caught. And on those wise words, we're going to close out our podcast. We'll start by outroing our cast. From my left, as Pregnart, we have Zach.
Hello, I mean goodbye. Yes.
As Lord Jarl the Light, we have John.
Until next time.
As the fabulous Felix Visibottom, we have Francesco.
I'm a frog now, Ribbit.
And as Murph Eastlaw, we have Mike.
What do you guys keep hearing?
And my name is Dave, and I've been your host and Dungeon Master for this evening. We'll see you next week, same time, same channel. Bye-bye now.
Bye. Goodbye.
Bye.
Really, goodbye.
Stop listening.
Bye.
Go to your home.